Boom. Hey internets, I had a discussion with a student that I want to bring to the channel. So this was not via email or a comment under a current YouTube video, but of course you could always reach me at hi@jonphenom.com. And so the question was, will graphic design help me in fashion design? And I've answered this in a roundabout way before in my other videos when I talk at length about how to achieve going to a place where you could become a fashion designer, but specifically I'm talking about specifically in the niche of streetwear, because when I was looking at schooling options, the only thing that came out to me very quickly was maybe Phenom. So out here in California, there's quite a few locations in Southern California. There's the Orange County, of course there's the downtown LA, and then they have an office in San Diego. I've done speaking at all of them, not the Orange County one, but the LA downtown location several times, and in San Diego I have a few friends that teach over there. So I've spoken at Phenom, which is Fashion Institute of Merchandising and Design. Arts Institute I've spoke at before as well. Over in New York and on the East Coast there's a lot of really good fashion schools as well. But coming back to what I was talking about, I was really interested in casual, ready-to-wear men's, basically streetwear. I was into skate and surf culture and what was considered back then urban wear, and I don't know what we define it as now, but streetwear. So anything that you would buy at Urban Outfitters, Tilly's, Active, whatever's catering to the cool young youth demographic whenever you're watching this in the future. So what I did is I found all the designers that were working at a place that I would love to work, that actually had the title of designer, and it worked backwards from there. I said, hey, where did you go to school? What would you do? What advice would you give to someone who is looking to have a position like yours in a company like yours? How do I get there? What does my resume need to look like? What does it need to have on it? What skills do I need to have on it? And by and large, a lot of clothing that's done in mass quantities, right? Mass-produced apparel. Doesn't matter actually if it's skate and surf, urban, a lot of contemporary lines. Everything is getting done on Illustrator. So Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop are both elements that a graphic designer uses, and we use them. When I say we, I don't mean me as a graphic designer. I mean me as an apparel designer, as a garment designer. When we're designing clothing, by clothing I mean garments at the moment, we have to create tech packs and specifications for the design, and we use Illustrator for that. So that's the same program that graphic designers use to create logos. So now a big portion of the work that I do, or that my team does, kind of agency style, is I'll do a ton of logo development or rebranding packages for you guys. Like, you know, a brand will email me and say, hey, I need designs, whether it's a t-shirt design or I have an idea for a logo, here's what I have sketched out. So I still am heavy on the graphic design portion. The reason I'm bringing it up is because the whole part of me that became a graphic designer happened because I wanted to be an apparel designer, okay? So I thought I was going to be working behind a sewing machine a lot more, and it wasn't true when I found out maybe 10 out of 10, or definitely 10 out of 10 of every brand I approached said, you gotta know your computer programs. And remember, this was in the late 90s. So coming into 2000, I was already proficient with my graphic design programs. And so within that journey, I actually, in the journey of becoming an apparel designer, I became a graphic designer because I realized the similarities in terms of what we needed. Also, when you design a line that's more of a streetwear based line, graphic language is intensely important. And beyond that, even if you're doing a contemporary line, something really clean, nothing logo heavy, and it's just maybe like woven labels and very subtle treatments, tone on tone prints and different applications like that, you still need graphic design to kind of deliver the line. So what I mean by that is when you launch, you need custom thumbnails on Instagram. Your web presence for e-commerce needs to be really big with graphic design. So all of that entails Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator and knowing your graphic design programs. So will graphic design help you become a good fashion designer? Absolutely yes. That's my answer. That's my elongated answer towards it. In my journey of becoming a fashion designer, I became a graphic designer and got a huge appreciation for people that rip in graphic design. So typically when I'm paired on a project, or if I'm doing consulting, or sometimes it's a project for a company that exists, or it could be licensing or a subline. There's a million ways that people need like a designer or a brand created. I always say the best way to use me is to pair me up with like a really good graphic designer, a really good art director, you know, the art director type level. So I know that this is not like amateur night for them, and I know that they can achieve looks very quickly, very proficiently, very fast, so that we could just get on one vibe and start knocking out different looks. Know what I'm saying? So for me, the way I work is I can do the graphic design. It's not exactly a 10 out of 10 for me in terms of flow and DNA. I talk about this all the time, about finding what your DNA and your brilliance is and what you're good at. And I mean, my designs are good. I have my own separate portfolio for them, but really putting an entire collection together, an entire grouping together, and orchestrating people that work with it is really a 10 out of 10 use of my DNA, because I love working with people. I love leading to the final end product, right? I like to be the director of the film and work with a bunch of talented people, because where I might be, let's just say an 8 out of 10 for graphic design, why not work with another graphic designer who's a 12 out of 10, like an amazing, that's what they live and breathe. They wake up in the morning and they're 10 times better at that than me. And I want to work with those people because I want to feel the vibe of that energy as well. But what I'm saying for you is, even if you realize graphic design for you is not a 10 out of 10, it's good to have the knowledge and know when you do hire for that position or for design in any capacity, you understand like the mentality of where it comes from and how all of the graphics are created. Okay, and functionally you need to learn Illustrator, at the very least just Illustrator, to make tech packs so you can communicate your garment designs to the manufacturing. Hope that helps. There's a lot there. At Jon Phenom, Instagram, Twitter. Please follow me when you have a chance. Follow me on Facebook as well. I'm going live a lot these days, so I don't want you to miss any of the live moments there. Thank you for following me if you already are. Let's like this video at the same time. 1, 2, 3, like. Thanks if you did that. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.